Hi guys, so I'm back here again. I don't know if anybody's here, but just give you a minute there to pop on. And it's an absolutely, and just for those of you that haven't been here before, my name is Christine Mulvihill, and I'm a hypnotherapist, psychotherapist, medium, healer, teacher, and I live in Cork. I run a busy practice in the south of Ireland, Cork City, and today I'm here on today to talk to you about manifesting abundance, because I do the law of attraction, and I do, for many years I've been facilitating abundance days and working with the law of attraction myself. So today I want to just come on to give people a few tips about what it is and how we need to work with the law of attraction. So I'm just going to put on a little bit of music there, guys, sorry now, and then I'll get going, and I'll just give you some time to come on and just give you some time to come on, because hi Colette, how are you, my love? Hi Karen. I just finished there a few minutes ago, so I just ran out to the garden because I'm on after this just to talk about my elementary self-care course. So I just ran out to the garden for a minute to go off my shoes and just stood there and just drank in a bit of sunshine because it's such beautiful weather. And after my elementary care talk, then I'm free because, as you know, today is my birthday. So then I am going to sit in the garden, and tonight I celebrated with my husband and my kids. Well, they're not kids anymore, but my family. So to talk about the law of attraction, I think the first thing that we have to understand is that we all have the power within us to manifest unlimited career, unlimited money, unlimited health, unlimited romance, or anything else that your heart desires. But it is so true that everything that appears in our life, whether it's good or bad, is a direct response to our personal energy projection. So a bit, thanks Karen, thanks. My mum would agree with you. As I say, I dressed today for her always on my birthday. I wear red because she always used to say to me, red is your colour. So thanks, my love. So really, if you think about it, we'll just say if I'm sitting here today and I'm feeling annoyed and I'm feeling frustrated, even though really they're not the feelings that I want to feed, if I start feeding them, more of that will be attracted to me. Because if you think everything is energy, including us, so if we're sending out that vibration, that attaches to the universe and will send back more to us, But also it has to do with our own energy field. So if you think about it, if you want to materialise, we'd say if you wanted to materialise enough money to start working at something you hate for a living and spend time doing something that you want to do, or have a love life like a sultan would envy, and learn how to manifest them for yourself. The first thing you have to do to manifest anything is decide, what do I want? What is it I want? What do I like? What would I like to create? So we'll just say, and for many years, and even though I've trained in the law of attraction, and I'm a law of attraction coach, and I've done lots of hypnotherapy, and I love the hypnotherapy because I think using it with the law of attraction, we're all coming from old programs and patterns in there. So we'll just say, if I had parents that believed that there wasn't enough money for everyone, that there was lack and that we can't afford things and that certain things are only for other people, they're not for the likes of us, then I will be playing that out my entire life until I look at it, move it out. And when I talk about my mother, who was the most amazing lady I ever met and the greatest influence on me, she never spent a penny on herself, but she was always fantastic with money. She had 8 kids and we never had a day without anything. She was wonderful. But she did deprive herself of a lot of... Now, I felt that, but she felt she had everything she needed. So without any disrespect to my mother, who I absolutely adored, I had to do work to clear out those feelings of that's for other people, they're not for me. They're not good enough feelings. They're not good enough feelings. I suppose you can call them that, And why I had to do that really is I do feel I'm good enough. I do think I deserve things. I do want to live a good life. I do want to fulfill my purpose in life. And I want to enjoy my life, So So really taking steps to make that happen is wonderful. But the whole thing begins first with us. So if I'm if I'm in a very dark place and I have a very low vibration and I'm annoyed with the universe and I'm begrudging of everybody and everything is for other people and all of that, I can't possibly attract in what I truly deserve because I'm not feeling I deserve it. So in my subconscious mind, I have to go in and I have to change the patterns in there. So when I do these days, like I'm doing a day next Saturday now, it's called Leap. Now I'm only doing 4 hours online because it's quite intensive online. And I will do it all through hypnosis. So I'm regressing people back. Now nobody has to talk because obviously in a group setting, I work it from the group, you know. When it's a one-on-one, it's the same. It's a bit like a demonstration of mediumship. You wouldn't open up very personal things in a group setting. So, but like in the Leap day with the Zoom group, I would of course be regressing them back to move out those limitations before we start to manifest and create, you know. And also in all my workshops, and from now on I'm definitely going to do that, and I'm going to be recording an abundance I'm going to record a session of abundance with hypnosis and send that to everybody after the workshop. But also using cues and things, anchors, to help you to keep that going for yourself, because it has to be ongoing. Because after the day, I remember going to Dublin and doing a brilliant intensive course on as a hypnotherapy, like on facilitating abundance, and I came back and I felt absolutely incredible. I can't lie, I felt amazing. But then after a few weeks, because I didn't put it into practice, I went back again to the same place, so I had to move through it again. So it's like ongoing, if you think about it. It's continuous, you know, keeping that vibration high, but also like looking at it. And I think, sadly, because, you know, Irish people, we've had famines, we've had lack, we've had all those things. Some of us, like in our genetic code, would be still kind of begrudging, sadly, you know. And like really, we'll just say, if you get a new car and I'm saying, oh, it's easy for her, I'm totally blocking any attraction coming to me. I'm totally blocking it by doing that, you know. So it's about like realizing, being happy for everybody being successful, because that's really what we should be doing, you know, because there's enough for everybody, you know. Thanks, Jill, and I'm looking forward to you joining me. They are brilliant days. And you know, at this day I am going to do the vision board, because I think it's such an important part. And really, to do the vision board with me, all you need really are stickers that you buy in Deals or Mr. Price or one of those places. A board, not a board, you can use excuse me, you can use a white cardboard, you know, a sheet where you put your stuff on, and little stickers, and then I will, as you put on the thing, so it's like you're putting the story on the paper, but you'll also put the affirmations on and the things, and obviously on the day I will be using the hypnosis to imprint new ideas. But first I start by, like, if you don't clear out the rubbish before you start, then it won't work. So it's a bit like, and I don't know why I use technology to do this, because all of you know me, and technology is my biggest challenge. But like, this is the easiest way to explain it, because I say I only do simple because I am simple, you know, and I like the simple way. So it's a bit like if you had a program on your computer that wasn't working, and you didn't delete that program, and you tried to put a new program over that, it will never work. It can't work. It can't work. So it's a bit like your mind too, that even though you might understand and realize that you deserve everything that you want to create, another part of you, the old part, the old conditions might be saying, who do you think you are to have that? You're not good enough. That's for other people. That's not for you. And all the stuff that goes with that thinking. So that's kind of limited thinking. So that's really what we have to do, is to kind of move out that limited way of thinking and realize that the universe can give us everything we deserve, but only if we allow it to happen. And we don't allow it to happen, and that's the thing about it, you know. And I'll have to put on the goggles now to read your comments. Oh, thanks a million, Mary, my love. And you know, it's wonderful to see all the women on here that have sat with me and that I have done courses with me. And I don't like to say students because we're all students, you know. But all of them like that used what they learned in here and put it to their, you know, put it to the test and used it in their daily lives. That's the brilliant thing. And thanks so much, Mary, my love. So really, as I say to begin, I would always clear out the rubbish by doing a session of hypnosis, bringing them in to get rid of those limitations. And then after that, like there's a 4-process path where you decide what you want. Now, with the vision board, you're putting the images on the vision board. So it's great fun as well, you know, but it's a fantastic, they're brilliant days. They're fantastic days, you know, and I love being a part of them, you know. And sometimes even I would do my own vision, like I have a vision board, I'm just looking at my vision board there, where I put on my vision board, and you know, my daughter was laughing last night, but it was true. I put on my vision board, I was so grateful for this beautiful Jeep that I wanted for a certain amount of money. About 3 weeks ago. This is a true story, I promise you. And last Saturday, one of my sons, who's very good at, like I talk about doing things, but he's a doer. He went looking and he said to me, oh, there's a Jeep there that you want. But it was like 1,500 more than I was planning on paying, than I could, well, I could have, I suppose I could have. But anyway, I said, no, this is the amount I'm going to pay. So I went out, looked at the Jeep, loved it, came away. Thought about it, thought, yes, this is the Jeep for me, I deserve it and I'm worth it. Rang the guy and he gave it to me for the price that I wanted. Now, I had forgotten all about that. When I came home with the Jeep, super excited because my car is 03 and while it's never let me down, it's a wonderful car, I wanted a Jeep and I've been talking about it for so long everybody got sick of listening to me. So anyway, I came home with the Jeep, all excited and delighted, and I'm blissed out and thrilled with it. And I had my little post-its on my vision board and up above the fridge. And my daughter went to open the door of the fridge for something, and a post-it fell down. And like it was marked the 27th of March. And she just looked at it and said, I'm so grateful for my beautiful Honda CR-V Jeep that is in immaculate condition and that cost this amount of money. And she just said to me, oh my God, look at that. And I said to her, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That if you send out for what you want and allow it to happen and surrender it. So it's not like I was going around in my head all the time saying I need to get this Jeep. I felt the feeling of like I'm driving this beautiful Jeep. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I deserve this Jeep. And that's exactly what happened, you know. And like it's always great when we're in a place of manifesting to share it with everybody because there's enough for everybody. The universe is abundant, you know. So it doesn't mean by me getting that I'm blocking anybody else from getting anything else, you know. And that's the joy of it really, is that we have to realise that everything is magnified when we share it, you know. And sadly, sometimes, you know, I always say that's the difference between girls and women. Girls sometimes tear each other down. Women support each other, you know. And I definitely am that woman, and I'm proud to be that woman, and I'm happy to be that woman, and I love to attract in people that are of the same mind frame, you know, because we're all in it together. And as I say, we're all just walking each other home. We're all just walking each other home. That is so true, you know. So think about this, that whatever you can imagine, the universe can deliver it to you. Whatever you give your attention to manifests in physical form. But you have to withdraw your thoughts from what you do not want to experience and concentrate on what you do. And we're so used to concentrating on the things that we don't want. If we put all that energy into what we do want, we'd all have everything we want, believe me, you know. So it's the conflict really, or contrast, some people call it contrast, you know. But it is true. Like if I don't believe, like I always think of Henry Ford, the man that made the motor car, you know, and I think he was Irish. And he said, and it's so true and it's so simple, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. You're right. So if I don't feel I'm good enough, I'm not. And nobody else will feel I'm good enough, you know. So like our thoughts create our reality. And we have to realise too, like that, your thoughts create a vibration within you, which attracts things to you. And circumstances and events appear to match that vibration. So by writing positive affirmations and feeling positive, and even you know, writing things like that I'm so grateful for the like-minded people in my life, or to attract the people of the perfect vibration for me, as we work together and help each other, or whatever it is. I can't word it for you because only you know what you'd like to create. You know, I know what to do for me, but that's what I do really on the days that we tease out how you're saying it. Put it on your vision board, and even when you're looking at the vision board, if you think about it, when you have a vision board in place, every time you look at it, get the feeling you have it. That's enough to, you know, you're growing the vibration of that. Otherwise, we're growing the other one, the one that we don't want, you know. So the vision board is a wonderful way. Now, I know people say do it mentally in your head. I just love to have the physical. I actually have a vision board there as you go down, because I have a little spiral staircase up to my therapy room. But I have a vision board there for me. But like, as I say now, my daughter was blown away to look at that post-it and see that what I asked for 3 weeks ago arrived, you know. But you see, I didn't have any. Sometimes something better may appear, you know. So I'm not saying that like it has to be the specific thing that you ask for. But it is true that we all give off a vibration. So if your vibration is low, or if you're around people that do the drama and the gossip and all of that, more of that will come in for you. And always to remember too, when people are gossiping to you about somebody, they'll do exactly the same when you're gone. And the sad thing about it is the vibration, and that is so low, will keep your own vibration so low as well, you know. So like, but it is true about your belief about your worthiness and your willingness to receive. Determine whether or not you will manifest the physical expression of your desires. That is so true. That is so true, because if I don't believe, my thoughts create my reality. So if I sat here yesterday and thought, well, I can't talk to the people on here because I'm not good enough, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen because I wouldn't allow it to happen, you know. So it's also about allowing yourself to feel the vibration of it, because it's the feeling really. But we have to remember that your thoughts govern your emotions. So it's like changing it up. Like, for years I did healing with people, and you know, I'm only a channel of healing. I'm not saying I'm grateful to be that channel, you know, but I allowed healing to happen through me. And I saw people repeating the same patterns. Thanks a million, Lynn. Thanks, my love. But I saw people repeating the same patterns, and that's why I went and studied the mind and studied hypnosis, because I thought no matter how much they wanted to change, in here the program kept playing out, the one they didn't want, you know. So the great thing about hypnosis, you can go in and you can scramble that, move it out of the way, and then start building and growing what it is they'd like to manifest, you know. So, but it is true, in order to allow good things into your life, you need to raise your vibration by feeling the best emotions that you can. But also wishing well to other people. You know, if I'm trying to manifest my desires, but I'm saying about my next door neighbour, or why should she have that, or I'm begrudging anybody, the door is closed. The minute I do that, I've cut off that. I've actually cut it off, you know. And as I say, if we do even remember that, like, by manifesting, we're growing it for everybody, you know. And that's why I believe everything should be shared. I really do. Because I think, you know, sharing is caring. And in the sharing, there's the manifestation too. So it doesn't mean, like, if I give a bit of kindness to somebody today, that doesn't mean that somebody else will go without because I'm giving that kindness. It actually means I'm growing that kindness. And the person I gave that little kindness to, it might be a little thing. Like, I do think kindness is a religion all of its own. It might be a little thing that I've done for them, but it might instill them to do something nice for somebody else, you know. So everything grows when it's shared. That is my belief, you know, and there's enough for everybody in the universe. So, but it is also important about your own vibration. When you raise your vibration and not feed the petty or the negative stuff or the begrudgery, like, I have to say, sadly, and I love being Irish and I'm so proud of being Irish, proud of my country and proud of my heritage, but like, I do hate the begrudgery that people, Irish people, sometimes, not all of them, but sometimes you just hear that, you know. It's like they don't want you to have it. Why should you have it if they can't have it? When really we should be happy for everybody to have what they desire. Because, you know, we're only on this earth for a very short time. And as I say, we're all just walking each other home. And it's important to... Hi, Christine Payton. Thanks, my love. And, you know, as I say today... Oh, God, I don't know who that is. I've nobody... I'm not seeing any clients here, so I don't know who's ringing my buzzer. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to ignore it and hope they'll go away. So So, you know, it's important to understand the law of attraction and the external laws too of creation, you know. And once you get into that vibration of raising your own vibration, and sorry now guys about this, hopefully they'll go away. But once you get into that vibration of raising your own vibration, that you know, it's like, really, you don't need to do the drama anymore. You don't need to get caught up in anybody's drama or anybody's complaining. Complaining is another one, you know, that like if you start the day by complaining about something, the day will only get worse. It will only get worse. So you'll attract in more people that complain non-stop. So you'll create that. So it's like whatever you're sending over will come back to you. And that's what you have to realise, you know. And like, it'd be stupid for me to tell you now that you'll feel wonderful all day, every day. That is not true. That is not true. But when you're feeding the higher vibration, you won't get sucked into the drama. Sometimes when you start changing your vibration and feeding the best part of you, which is your soul, your spirit, your higher part, the people that do the drama or the negativity or anything like that may fall away from your life. And that's a good thing, because you're not aligned anymore with those people or that frequency, you know. So it's important too to understand that we do need to raise our vibration by feeling the best emotions that we can, you know. Now, it'd be stupid for me to tell you you're going to feel the perfect emotion every day. That is not true. That is not true, you know. But I do think once you accept yourself as a vibrational being who attracts into your life whatever you desire and allow yourself to receive, then there's no end to what you will receive. But you have to allow it in, you know. So as I say, the mind sometimes you might want something and you might feel here, oh, I would really love to have that. Now, that's wonderful. You've set it in motion. Then the head might kick in and go, oh, but I can't have that. How can I have that? That's for other people. That's not for me. So it's the limitations of the mind really that keep us stuck, you know. And that's why really, even, you know, when you're facilitating healing for people, a lot of the time you will find their throat chakra is quite blocked, because sometimes your mind wants to do something and your heart wants to do something else, and your throat is the bridge between both of those. So that's where the conflict may be, you know. Or they might feel something and they can't say it, or there might be too much in their head and not in their heart, you know. So it's combining both of them. But also to realise that whatever you receive never deprives others of their good. That the universe expands constantly to fulfill all desires. And that's what we have to realise, you know. So like, you know, on the day of the leap, I called it leap this time because, you know, the Spirit always gives me, when I'm sitting in meditation, I always get different names for my days. And, you know, I will improve those days all the time, because that's really what I want to do, you know. I always want to be open to change and to be flexible and to allow in the best part of me to relay the information to you, you know. And that's why I do feel that for all of us to be a good teacher, we have to be a great student and allow ourselves to learn, because there's always more to learn. Every single day you learn something new, if you're open to it, you know. If I think I know everything, then I'm not allowing any more knowledge to come in. And there's never a time when we know everything, ever. Absolutely not, you know. So really what I will be doing on the leap day is really showing you how to put the wheels in motion, and obviously working on your mindset, bringing you in. And you know, it's a group, it's a guided meditation, it's hypnotic meditations, but obviously, you know, nobody, if anything personal comes up, I won't be addressing anything like that in the room, you know what I'm saying, because it's a different setting. But thankfully I'm very good, I've been a long time doing this work, so I'm very good at being able to see that. And you know, also because I am intuitive and I work with the Spirit, and the Spirit is wonderful, and the guidance from the Spirit, I can always see what's going on, you know. And I have to embrace and say that I'm just a channel, but it's so wonderful to be doing the work of the Spirit, you know. However we do that, whether it's through hypnotherapy, whether it's through Reiki, IET, magnified healing, intuitive circles, mediumship, it's the same Spirit. It's the same Spirit, you know. So we might wear many hats, but it's really all connected to the highest part of us, because that's where all the brilliant information comes from. And you know, for the leap day that I'm doing, it's a manifesting abundance day. But when I sat in meditation, that's where all that flowed to me, what to call it and how to say it in a different way, you know. So it's really, it's the same principle, but like it's exciting just to change it. just to see it in a different way, you know. And to keep it simple, as I say, I only do simple because I think simple is really the way to go, you know. Sometimes, you know, I remember doing, like when I finished my diplomas and things like that on the hypnotherapy, I remember doing a course with somebody who shall remain nameless because it's not about that. And, you know, she was using all the jargon for hypnotherapy and there was people in the room that hadn't a clue. And I just had to say to her, if you don't mind, like, you know, some people here are not hypnotherapists, so they don't know what you're talking about, you know. Because really, some people will sit there and not say it, sadly, and not learn anything, you know. So I only do simple. And all of you know that have come here and learned stuff with me, that simple is the way to go. Everybody understands it, you know. So the whole thing is like really changing your vibration to attract and allow into you. Like nothing, we have to remember that nothing is ever set in stone. That we can change anything, but like nobody can do it for us. But people can guide us to do what we need to do to attract more of what we would like to create into our lives, you know. And as I say, that Jeep now was just one example of how I manifested and allowed it to come in and got it at the perfect price that I wrote on the thing. And as I say, my daughter was just fascinated at it. And I said to her, I don't know why you find it so unbelievable when, like, I've been doing it for years and I've been talking to them about it for years, you know. But sometimes people don't understand what you're saying, you know. Or it's like sometimes I say to her, I just heard in my head there, and she'd be like, how could you hear in your head, you know. But it's the Spirit, of course, giving me the messages, you know. So it is important for us to realise that, like, I can't attract in something I don't feel I deserve. That's the first place that we have to start with. Excuse me. And you know, it's not just, when I talk about abundance, I promise you, it's not just about money. Because I think there's nobody as poor as somebody that just has money, you know. Abundance is about our relationships, our career, also about our finances. But it's called currency because it does go around. So like when I go down, and sometimes the mistake people make is like when a bill comes in, you know. When a bill comes in that they get annoyed and think, oh God, I have to give my money now to pay that bill. Whereas really, when the bill comes in, I always say I'm so grateful to pay that bill and to allow somebody else to pay their bill. Because really that's why it's called a currency, because it goes round and round and round, you know. And it's only when we're holding on tight to it or we're begrudging people the money that the blocks come into place. Or the old limited beliefs, I'm not good enough, that's for somebody else, I don't deserve it, I'm not worth it. And you know, situations in our life may have created those thoughts. So that's why I love doing the abundance with the hypnosis. It's a totally different experience to be able to bring somebody into all those old patterns from the past. Because if you think about this, your subconscious mind is like a record. It's like a library of every experience, every feeling, every thought that you've ever had in your life, you know. So by going in there and weeding out, if you think about it a bit like when you go out to weed the garden, you may have lovely plants that you want to plant. You wouldn't go out to the garden amidst all the weeds and put in your lovely plants. First you will dig up the weeds, clear the ground, plant the soil, and then plant your seeds, you know. And it's the same with your mind, you know. First you have to get rid of the limiting beliefs or the I'm not good enough or whatever programs. And you know, I'm not blaming anybody for doing that because, like, if you think about it, our parents were only teaching us what they were taught themselves. And if you look at like the ancestral line, and that's why always when I'm doing any kind of healing, I do embrace the ancestors and invite them in and ask them to change things for us. And they're only too glad to do that because, you know, we have to change it. Like the lack and the fear and all of that sometimes is in our DNA, you know. And so it's about moving it out and changing it, you know. So like to do that is like allowing yourself to uncover beliefs that where you might have had a negative experience with money, and ask yourself what beliefs about the world would a person have to hold in order for that to happen to them, and what belief would you prefer to have instead. And you know, I've loads of fun sheets and things that I do with you on the day, but I do ask that everybody have like coloured markers, nice stickers, you know, saying I'm a winner, things like that you can buy in any place like Deals, Mr. Price, any of those places, you know. So the whole idea is like that you're building your vision board, but you're also changing your mindset. So like I'm re-scrambling the old fears about I'm not good enough, I can't have it, it's for somebody else, the old negative beliefs, and then planting the new seeds for the abundance, and also allowing you then to do your vision board, put your stickers on it, talk about it, and put the affirmations on that all align and connect you with what it is that you'd like to create, you know, because remember this always, where the focus goes, the energy flows. And I think that's so important, because most of us are so much focusing on negative things that may never happen, or we're focusing on limitations and not allowing things to come in, you know. So it's by opening yourself up and allowing the success to happen, and you know, remembering times when you had success in other areas of your life and what it felt like for you, and then feel how good it felt, and just bringing back in those feelings, you know. So like, I'm not saying that you're going to forevermore feel amazing and wonderful, and we're human beings, you know, and that's the first thing that we have to remember. But when you're coming from a higher vibration, and when you do the work, you realize too, like, that sometimes it's like taking charge of your thoughts, you know, and like realizing too that your subconscious mind is in charge of your thoughts, but also that your thoughts and feelings and intuitions are guided by your subconscious, and how it records all of the experiences from the moment you're born. So that's where we store all our beliefs, all our inhibitions, all our fears, all our phobias, and then other people influence that in our life. You know, we might have had a teacher, like I had to do a lot of work around school phobia, because I had a horrendous teacher that always told us that we were rubbish and that, you know, all those awful things. So I had to do work around that to free myself up. But thankfully, I never failed. I knew I was clever, you know, despite what she told me. I knew I was quite clever. So, but it still did have a big impact on me, you know, and I'm not going to lie about that. So it's about moving out those feelings, you know, moving out the feelings of like all that information from the past, the negative feelings, the emotions and experiences that your subconscious recorded, and like that is what we have become today. That's what's made us a person. And then to be like taking responsibility for your current behavioural patterns and allowing it to grow from there, you know. And it's a brilliant day, it's a fun day too, you know. But I will be doing that next Saturday on Zoom. But you do need your markers, your stickers, fun things. Now you can just write it too and use your imagination. And really that's what it will be. We'll be working with the power of your subconscious mind and the power of your imagination, but also raising your vibration and realizing that you are a vibrational being with an unlimited source of energy. And the level at which you vibrate that energy is really taking charge of your thoughts and allowing. I'm not doing cards, Christine, my love. I'm just talking about my leap day and the manifesting. Sorry, my love. I'll be on in the morning to do cards at 10:15 till 11:15. So guys, if you have any more, I have the leap day up on my page. It's for 4 hours next Saturday. And it's a really fun day as well, you know. And it's great to change your vibration, and you will be feeling really good. And then, you know, I will be giving you tips for ongoing support, and also a recording to keep it going that you can listen to daily, just to keep the momentum going, you know. So guys, I'm just going to say goodbye to you now, because I'm on again shortly to talk about elementary self-care. So thanks a million for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I leave this up on the page, guys, and you can have a look at the leaf and see if it's for you, and message me or whatever. Okay, thanks a million, and I hope that was helpful. Thanks a million. Bye.